Hello everyone, welcome to Rise Infotech. This is Kumar. Today in this session, I am going to give the SAP-MM course overview. Let's begin now. See, mainly you need to understand what's meant by SAP-MM. So before that, SAP stands for System Application Production Data Processing. So SAP is one of the ERP software. In the market, there are multiple or many ERP softwares available in the market, and SAP is one of the ERP software. See, mainly ERP stands for the Enterprise Resource Planning. ERP softwares we can use for the mainly any kind of industries. For example, in the market, we can see variety of the industry. We can see it. For example, food industry, healthcare industry, chemical industry, electronics industry, energy and utilities, oil and gas. So like this, we have multiple industries available in the market. To run these kind of the industries business, so definitely we need ERP softwares. For example, we have SAP, next is Salesforce, Oracle, Ubuntu, Odoo. So like that, we have multiple ERP softwares available in the market, but most of the organizations prepare SAP. Okay, now coming to the SAP-MM. So SAP-MM stands for Materials Management. This module is a functional module in the SAP. In the SAP, there are mainly two kind of the modules we have. The first one is the functional module and the second one is a technical module. So functional module mainly is suitable for the who can work into the I don't want to work in like programming language or coding. So then definitely this is perfectly suitable for you. See, and also for example, your education background might be civil, electrical, electronics, mechanical, any of the engineering graduates, even BBA, BCA, BCom, even diploma graduates, you can choose the SAP MM course. Definitely, it helps you to get into IT industry as a SAP MM functional consultant. This module we can also call it as SAP S/4HANA Sourcing and Procurement. So let's learn now in a detailed level. See, basically SAP MM you are going to learn in a detailed level with respect to the purchasing activities, procurement activities, and sourcing activities. So now first you need to understand about the organizational structure. We can also call it as enterprise structure. Enterprise structure is mainly basic foundation of the all the business process in the SAP. So definitely we have multiple modules in the SAP. Example in the function also we have FICO, FICO module plus SD module and MM module, PP, QM. For all these modules, definitely organizational structure is required. So in this course, you are going to learn in a detailed level with respect to PICO module organizational structure, MM module organizational structure, plus SD module organizational structure. With respect to PICO, we have starting from the company, credit control area, company code, and controlling area. With respect to MM module, so we are going to learn in a detailed level with respect to plant, store location, purchase organization, and purchase group. Plus from the SD module, we have sales organization, distribution channel, and division. So all these organizational structure you are going to learn in a detailed level with practical. Next, coming to the SAP MM organizational structure. So let's have a glance on it. See, mainly first one is the plant. So plant is the operating area, so where production activity will take place. Basically, conversion of the raw material to semi-finished product or finished product. That will happen in the plant. Next one is the storage location. So store location is nothing but where we can store the stocks physically. That one we can call a storage location. And next one is the purchase organization. Purchase organization is nothing but where purchasing activity will takes place. That is the purchase organization. So in the purchase organization, we can also store the supplier details. So next one is the purchase groups. Group of the people working in the purchase organization, we can call it purchase groups. So we are going to learn how to configure these organizational structure with help of the SPRO path, plus what are the T codes we can use to configure these organizational structure, and plus tables. So where we can fetch these data with respect to the table level. So that also we are going to learn, plus assignments. How to link one-to-one with respect to organizational structure, that also we are going to learn. So next we can move on to the master data. In the SAP MM, we have 5 master data. The first one is material master data. Second one is vendor master data. This one also we can call it supplier master data. Both supplier and vendor is same. Next one is the purchase info record. So next source list, and last one is the service master. You are going to learn in a detailed level with respect to the complete specifications with respect to material master data. How to create the material, after creation of the material, what you can make the changes, then how to display the material with help of the transaction codes, and also you can use the SAP easy access path, plus what are the prerequisites required to create the materials. Example, index sector is required, material type is required, number range is required, and in the again number range, in the have internal number range, external number range. So that also you're going to learn in a detailed level, plus standard material types we have in SAP, plus tables. Example, we have the tables MAR general data, MARC plant data, MARD store location data, MAKT material description data, and MBEW valuation class details level. So all these table levels you will learn, plus also material type, how it controls the fields with respect to the views. So that also you're going to learn in a detail level, plus extension of the one material to different plant, different store locations, and how to extend one material to the multiple store locations, and material black powder deletion. So all these things you are going to learn in with respect to material master data. Second one is the vendor master data. In SAP EC system, you can create the vendor master with help of the T code XK01. And in the SAP S/4HANA, we can use to create the vendor with help of the T code BP, business process. So we will learn with respect to ECC, you will learn, plus also we can learn in the SAP S/4HANA how to create the vendor master, supplier master with help of the T code BP. And what are the prerequisites required? And plus vendor master data consists of three data mainly: general data, company code data, and purchasing data. And what all tables we have? Mainly with respect to vendor master, we have three tables: LFA1 general data, LFB1 company code data, and LFM1 is the purchasing data. So plus with respect to S/4HANA also, you will learn in a practical level. So next one is the purchase info record. So purchase info record is basically it's a combination of the material and the supplier you need to maintain the price. How to maintain the price with help of the T code M11, plus also what are the tables we can use to refer the purchase info record. So we have two tables, EINA and EINE. So next one is the source list. Source list means basically for each material how many suppliers you can maintain. And in that we have again fixed vendor and blocking. That also you can going to learn. What's use of the source list, that also we are going to learn in a detail level. And what you can use to maintain the source list. We can use ME01. And the table we can use is EORD. And the last one is service master. Service master is very important. In the service master, again we have planned service, unplanned service we have. And next is service category is required prerequisite. And number range also we can maintain in that internal number range, external number range. So how to create the service master with help of the T code AC01. To change the service master AC02. This display the service master AC03. On how to get the list of the service masters AC06. So all those things you are going to learn in a detailed level. Okay, next one is the very important business process. This one we can call the P2P cycle, or also we can call it procure to pay cycle. So procure to pay cycle is the standard business process in the SAP-MM module. So procure to pay cycle, it consists of 5 steps mainly. So purchase equation, request for quotation, purchase order, goods receipt, and invoice receipt. You are going to learn in the multiple scenarios. So for example, I will also explain you what are the steps involved and what is the definition, T codes, and tables we can use. So for example, the first one is purchase equation. Purchase equation is the internal document. Example, any of the company is there, what they want to procure. That requirement we can maintain the purchase equation. And we can create the purchase equation with help of the SAP EasyAccess path, or also you can use the transaction code ME51N. And to change the purchase equation ME52N we can use. For display the purchase equation ME53N. And to release the purchase equation we can use the transaction code ME54N. And the tables we can use, we have two tables mainly. Example, EBEN purchase equation, EBKN purchase equation per account assignment you can use. Plus we can also learn about the reporting T codes. Example, ME5A you can use. So next one is the request for quotation. Request for quotation mainly you need to get the price from the supplier along with the terms and conditions from the supplier. And how to create the purchase request for quotation document with help of the T code ME41. To change the RFQ ME42, or display the RFQ ME43. And to maintain the once you receive the price from the supplier, how to maintain the SAP system with help of the T code ME47. And for vendor comparison we can use the transaction code ME49. And plus we can also use the tables. We have two tables, EKKO header level data and EKPO item level data. How to get the table in the table level with help of the info category, document category. Sorry, you can go to the EKKO table. Example, you can enter the document category with respect to the RFQ. Then you can fetch list of the RFQ which are available in the SAP system. So next one is the purchase order. So purchase order is very important concept in the SAP-MM module. And we have multiple different kind of the sub purchase orders we have. Example, consignment purchase order, subcontracting purchase order, stock transport purchase order, standard purchase order, service purchase order, framework purchase order. We have multiple purchase orders are there. We are going to learn all those things. Plus with respect to configurations, how to configure document type, plus number range, line item number, header text, item text. Plus we have configuration, example, release strategy, condition types, output determination, how to take the PO printout. So that also we are going to learn. So purchase order is the legal document. It's mainly an external document. What are they going to procure from the supplier that you can maintain and send it to supplier. We can procure either material or service. We can create the purchase order with help of the T code ME21N. To change ME22N for display ME23N T code you can use, and to release the T code ME20, to release the purchase order you can use the T code ME29N. And the tables, we have four tables we can refer for the purchase order. So mainly four tables: EKQ, EKPO, EKB, and EKKN. So these are the four tables we can use for the purchase order. And next one is the goods receipt. Goods receipt you can create, we can maintain, we can post the goods receipt with help of the T code MIGO. See, mainly once you issue the goods from the supplier, you need to maintain in the T code with help of T code MIGO with reference to purchase order, and the moment type you can use 101 standard moment type. And the next one is invoice receipt. Invoice receipt is mainly once you receive the goods from the supplier, definitely supplier is going to submit one hard copy of the invoice. That one, what all the data it consists in the invoice copy, that you need to maintain in the SAP system. So we can post the invoice receipt with help of the T code MIRO with reference to purchase order. And in the P2P cycle, you are going to learn multiple scenarios. So that also going to learn in a very detailed level.
Hi Dave, Ishwa here. I'm going to give some insights about topics like release strategy, pricing procedure, and special procurement. The release strategy in SAP-MM is a process mainly used for approving process of purchase instructions, purchase orders before the procurement activity. It involving a sequence of approval based on predefined criteria. The release strategy gives control over approval of procurement documents based on approval hierarchies as per the business requirement. That's what we are going to learn in release strategy topic. Next topic we have here is pricing procedure. The pricing procedure is a way of determining the prices in purchasing document such as purchase orders and contracts. The main concept of pricing procedure is to make a together of the gross price, discounts, surcharges, taxes, and price costing in a particular purchase document. So that's what we are going to learn in pricing procedure. Next topic we have here is special procurements. So unlike the standard purchase to pay cycle, we have other special procurements which is available in SAP module is subcontracting process, alignment process, and pipeline process. A subcontracting process cycle is used when some material needs to be processed by a vendor and then the finished material will be returned back to the customer. The subcontracting is also used when assembling of the parts needs to be done by a subcontractor and assembled component is returned to the customer. The subcontracting process includes the creation of purchase info record and then subcontracting purchase order, issue of subcomponents to the vendor and receiving the finished product for the vendor and then payment for the subcontracting process. Then we have a process called as consignment process. The consignment process is where the supplier stocks the material at the purchaser's premises with the material remaining on the supplier's ownership until it is withdrawn and used. The inventory is transferred to the purchaser's inventory only when removed from the consignment stock and the supplier does not initially invoice the purchaser. The purchaser pays the supplier only upon stock withdrawal. The consignment process includes the creation of purchase info record, then consignment purchase order, receiving of the consignment stock to the store under vendor account, and then consumption of the store, then payment to the vendor based on the consumption. Then we have pipeline procurement. It's a process where material will be flowing from vendor premises to plant premises, and pipeline material is not stored in any location or plant as it consumes directly as and when required because it flows directly into the production process from pipeline or via cable, and coming to payment, it is similar to the consignment process. The examples of pipeline materials are electricity, oil, gas, and water. The pipeline process includes creating a pipeline purchase info record and then consumption booking of the settlement of the payment to the vendor. Thank you.
Hello everyone. In this session, I am explaining about outline agreements, MRP, physical inventory process, and batch management. So in outline agreements, we'll study the definition of outline agreement, the types of outline agreement, then how to create a contract, how to create scheduling agreement, and what's the difference between contracts and scheduling agreement. So outline agreements are basically the purchasing documents which are created so whenever a company wish to enter into long-term procurement. So next is MRP. So in MRP, basically full form of MRP is material requirement planning. This is MMPP integration topic we are studying. So in this topic, we'll study what is consumption-based planning and what is MRP and what is MRP area we'll study. How the PR is created in real time in MRP process we'll study, and how to run the MRP we'll study, and how to see the stock requirement list for each material we'll study. So next topic is physical inventory process. So in this topic, we'll study why the physical inventory process is needed, what is the use of it, and what are all the different types of physical inventory processes we have, and how to execute the physical inventory process, and different moment types involved in the physical inventory process. So physical inventory process is basically, in this process, we are reducing the physical stock with the system stock. So what happens in real time? So the material which we already procured will lose its weight over a period of time. So how we are adjusting this loss of weight in the system? So that we are executing in the physical inventory process. So for example, if we take iron ore, any iron related material, as we all know, because of environmental conditions, moisture in the air will affect rust on the iron, right? So because of that, the weight of the iron material will reduce. For example, if earlier it is at the time of GR it is 1000 kg. So after 6 months, it is 10 kg has been reduced. 990 it is there. So there is a difference in actual quantity which we have in store location to the how much it is showing in the system. So system is showing 1000 kg and actually we have 990. So how to adjust this? Okay, we need to make sure that both are showing same quantity. It means system should also show 990. Okay, to match this quantity in the system as 990, we are conducting physical inventory process. So next is batch management. So in this topic, we'll study what is batch management and what are all the different types of batch management processes are there. For example, with classification batch management, without classification batch management, what are all the configurations we are doing for those, and how to create batch we'll study. Batch management is basically the process of tagging numeric or alphanumeric code to the materials procured or produced. Thank you.
Account determination, automatic account determination. One of the concept which will be considered as MMFI integration part. So it is a powerful feature in SAP-MM that simplifies the process of assigning GL accounts to various transactions like goods movements, invoice verification, and physical inventory. Mainly, this concept is associated with material master, especially the accounting views. There we do specify valuation class along with standard price. Sometimes we do go with moving average prices. So these things will be getting configured in OMSK screen. It is necessary to configure the account category reference, which holds the list of valuation classes. And those things will be getting assigned to material types further. This concept has introduced by SAP mainly for this purpose, as it has mentioned here, for various transactions like movement of goods, verifying the invoices, and physical inventory activities. Then comes output determination. So here the main intention is to send the PO copies outside of our organization to vendors. So it is the concept within MM refers to the process of managing and automating the communication of purchasing documents such as purchase orders, scheduling agreements, and RFQs to vendors and other stakeholders. It determines the format, medium, and recipients of the output. Format in the sense how the PO copy will be getting appeared, or RFQ copy, or contract copy, scheduling agreement, anything, one out of the outline agreements. Medium in the sense how the things will be getting transmitted. It may be via email, fax, or EDIs, other things. Recipients is nothing but the vendors. So these are all the purchasing documents which we have mentioned here. RFQ, scheduling agreements, it is one of the uh, document that we can able to see under outline agreements. Contracts are also the classification. Also the purchase orders, which we do consider as the legal documents. So the main intention behind this concept, which has been introduced by SAP, is how to send the copies of purchasing documents to vendors in order to procure the things further. Next is stock transport order, which is meant for internal procurement activities. So sometimes it is necessary to procure the things from the different plants of the same company. At that point of time, we do prefer the concept of STO, where we'll be having several classifications like moving the goods with one step movement, two step movements, STO without delivery, inter STO, intra STO. It will be getting dependent on client's requirement. So STO in SAP-MM is a document used to facilitate the transfer of stock between the plants or storage locations within a company. It is more advanced than simple transfer posting because it can include detailed logistics and procurement processes such as transportation planning, goods receipt, and billing. We do have several steps. In the case of one step movement, we do use single movement type 301, 311. It depends on the plant to plant and storage location to storage location level stock movement, respectively. And we have two-step movement. There we do use two movement types with respect to plant movement as well as storage location to storage location movement. S2O without delivery, where we do go with P2P related things, nothing but the steps. Also, one of the stock movement with the help of 351 movement type. And we have inter STO, intra STO. Inter in the sense it happens between the plants of different company codes. Intra in which the internal procurement activity happens between the plants of same company code. So it will be changing based on the scenarios, also the client's requirements. So this is all about an overview regarding account determination, output determination, and internal procurement. Nothing but STO process. Thank you.